What is up, everybody? Depraved Slasher. We are back with another music reaction. Yo, so I recorded stuff for today and tomorrow already, and I was in the process. I edited one video that was going to come out today, and it's still going to come out today, a little bit later. But I was editing it and finished editing it, finished rendering it, was getting ready to jump online to upload it, and then all of a sudden, I see that Hopsin has a new track out. The song's called "I Don't Want It." It's not got a video. It's just a picture of him sitting in his car, and I don't know what to expect from this. From the sounds of it, it's almost going to sound like he doesn't want the fame and stuff like that because he did mention it. Like I heard the first 5 seconds, and just within like the first 5 to 10 seconds, he says something like, "This will probably be the last song I put out for a while." Now, take that with a grain of salt. He's done that before, and then turned it into a skit where he was making fun of the whole, or where he kind of played on the whole Dumb and Dumber thing and came back right afterwards. But we'll see. I'm excited for this. I always love getting some new Hopsin. Hopsin is one of my favorite artists out. Dude's wordplay is just crazy, and I love hearing what he's got to say. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Like I said, this is a little more impromptu than I was ready for. Like I said, he dropped this, I think, like right at 6 o'clock in the morning, my time. Okay, no, because it's 7, and it's like 2 or 3 hours old. So about 4 o'clock in the morning, my time. So, without further ado, let's jump into this, man. I'm super stoked for this. So, let's go.
This will probably be the last song that I'll come out with for a while. I'm sorry to all my fans. I always think of Robin Williams, someone we loved and who we saw appealing. He made us all laugh as adults and children. Shit, all the millions that he had. I wonder what were his thoughts and feelings 5 minutes before the belt that cut his breath off and killed him.
So something tells me Hopsin's feeling a little depressed about some shit. From the sounds of it. Because he's already referencing Robin Williams, who had all the money, all the fame, and who still ended up committing suicide, despite it all. And I can kind of see where he's going with this. Then, like, I've heard Hopsin rap like this before. He kind of has his ups and downs. I hope he overcomes it quickly because dude is just way too talented, but at the same time, man, anytime you guys are doing something and you feel like it's starting to drag you down, take some time off, focus on you. Again, it's why I don't really post much on the weekends because like the weekends are my time to refresh and clear my mind of this and work and spend time with family. So.
Yeah, I wonder what were his thoughts and feelings 5 minutes before the belt that cut his breath off and killed him. Probably something like my thoughts now. What goes up is gotta fall down. I guess I pour it all out, cause right now, the Reaper's in the room visiting. So if I do leave, at least you know why I did it then. It started way back then when I was a kid at first. Niggas bullied me when they saw that I was an introvert. I was never cool, had no friends, no chicks would flirt. Every school year, it's like all my issues were getting worse.
I was the same way. I got picked on a lot in school. And I'm telling you now, man, school bullies are the worst. Go check out my reaction to Victims from Massive Man. If you want to hear more on that. Being a kid's rough. And especially when you're an introvert and you're not really out there, you're not really, you don't really put yourself out there to be friendly. You kind of keep to yourself, and the more you keep to yourself, the more kids start to pick on you, and it can be rough.
Had no friends, no chicks would flirt. Every school year, it's like all my issues were getting worse. My whole life they was calling me corny, stupid. I never had a dad who was there to mentor me through it. Skateboarding was my escape. It wasn't just for amusement. My issues kept reoccurring, so I would resort to music. I'd vent about the burdens that were sitting in my heart. I'd vent about the way I felt from swimming with the sharks. My mom was always working, so our bond was stripped and ripped apart. Ain't no fucking family memories, ain't no pictures at the park. Then I thought, the world is about to see hell come, and I'ma live the good life everyone else wants. And in that moment my tears dried and I felt numb. Then years later I blew up, the mission was well done. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more.
I did have the luxury, I guess, of having both parents that actually cared and took care of me. And now they weren't married. For most of the time that I was growing up, they were separated, or well, divorced, not really separated. And but they did really well working together to make sure I had everything I needed. Because there was a very short period of time where I didn't feel like I could even go to them with my issues. Whenever I needed them and absolutely needed them, they were there. So I can't sit here and pretend to think that I know what it feels like to not have my dad around or not have my mom around. My mom did work a lot, but it's one of those things that as I've gotten older, I understand it was to take care of me. And I'm kind of stuck in the same situation with my kids where I'm working a lot. And I hope when they get older, they realize it was to help take care of them and to even just provide for myself as well. And I tell you what, it is just as rough in other ways being a parent as it is being a kid. Just two different levels of shit you got to deal with. Kids, if you're watching, think about that. Like the stuff your parents are doing as well. I mean, I know you're going through some shit too, and it happens. But as an adult, when you have kids, like it's a whole nother world of having to figure out how you're going to provide for them, pay for the things you need, some of the things you want, and try and make everyone happy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah, life don't get easier for those of you that think it does. It does not.
No more. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more. No more. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more. No more. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more. Finally, I was famous. People kissing my ass. I knew that I was only here cause it's revenge for my past. It's crazy. Went from a loser in school who got the worst grades to being praised for all my verses when I dispersed rage. I copped a whip, moved out the ghetto like bye haters. Bought a brand new house with a bunch of white neighbors. Everyone started calling, wanting like 5 favors, and guess what? All of it dealt with spending my paper. And I was nice, I'd give them cash, I'd show sympathy.
And that's something else you gotta worry about. Once you start making money, people are gonna come to you for money. It's especially family, and I don't know what it is about that, but it's almost like they're like, oh, we're family, so if I need help, you can help because you got the money. Like, look, dude, I worked for this. Like, and what's funny is it's always also going to be the family that didn't support you on the come up either. Like, I don't know how many times I've expressed interest in doing something like this just to have family or loved ones say, oh, it's a waste of time, you just need to stick to working. Oh, it's just a waste of time, you need to stick to working. And it's like, people don't understand, this is a passion. This is like, this whole YouTube thing is something I want to do. I want to entertain people. I want to help people on the daily basis get through the shit that they've got to, that they're going through. And because I've been through a lot too, and it's just as therapeutic for me as it is for a lot of people that watch. It allows me to get a lot of what I have on my chest off, and like my thoughts. It gives me a chance to express my thoughts to people and see how similar we all are in the shit that we deal with. But like all those people, in my family, like, it's a waste of time. Stick to this. It's a waste of time. You need to focus on this. You need to focus on this. Like, what about what I want to do? And now, parents, I'm going to challenge you to do this as well. Support your kids and allowing them to follow what it is that they want to do. Give them the tools they need to be able to succeed in the area field they want to be. Don't push your kids to do this. Don't push your kids to do that. Because the thing is, if you're good enough at what you do, good money can come from it, regardless of what it is. And it's one of the hardest things to deal with as a parent or even as a kid, whether it's being a parent and trying to support your kids in the things that no matter how silly you think it is, if it's important to them, it's important to them. But at the same time, reverse wise, being a kid and not having parents support you in the way that you wish they would. It's rough, man.
What? All of it dealt with spending my paper. And I was nice, I'd give him cash, I'd show sympathy. I gave him some, him and her, I'm just lending cheese. Now I'm just looked at like an ATM machine. If I don't give my friends my money, shit, I'm the enemy. I had about 1 million new best friends that I just met. Some were plotting to build me a deathbed. All because they kept on putting whack songs out that no one's impressed with. So out of jealousy, they diss me. You fucking guessed it. At least I had my squad, Jaren, Dizzy, Hopper, Swizz. I knew we stick together, stuck in this chaotic biz. We had it all figured out, it had a lot to give. It was funk volume for life. Who want a problem, bitch? Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we parted ways. 2016, those were some of my darkest days. Ask us all, whose fault was it? Ain't hard to say, but it was due to money and all of our bonds that start to fade. Months later, my girl told me she's pregnant. This was something I never expected. Her and I weren't on good terms at the time. Man, it was hectic. And I was scared if she kept this baby, I might regret it. Mainly because her and I had a fucking toxic relationship. Last thing we need is a fucking toddler to raising it. Having a baby is great, but not as amazing when you got two parents who always fighting, hollering, breaking shit. Present day, all my people are gone. No real friends, just leeches around eating the crumbs. No family bonds, no FB, can't be with my son. No fucking girlfriend, I swear I thought that she was the one. I feel alone, and I struggle to give my fans what they want from me. I'm struggling to build this UP company. I'm begging on my fucking knees like, God, please help me, cause I can't fucking breathe. I'm trying to smile, but pain is cutting deep. Show me that I'm more than just a rapper. Show me that this life that I've been working on is meant to be more than just a disaster. I hope this message I'm sending is floating up above. Instead of focusing on fame, I should have focused on the love. I don't want it no more.
And that's and basically he just broke down the shit that he's gone through the last 4 or 5 years. Like, for those of you unfamiliar with the situation, he was with Funk Volume. Okay, so he started with Ruthless, which is run by Eric Wright's ex-wife. Those of you that don't know who Eric Wright is, he was Easy. And this is me going a little bit further back than what he was talking about. And she didn't promote him. She didn't put him on. He put out an album. It didn't really sell much at all. And he got fed up because he felt like he was one of the best that they had, and she didn't push him. So he left Ruthless and got with Swizz and Dame and started Funk Volume. And they built up what was turning into be an amazing record label. Like, it was Hop, Swizz, Jared Benton, which if you guys haven't heard Jared Benton before, dude is fucking amazing. Along with a couple others, I can't remember their names right off the top of my head. And like I said, they started up this little record label, dude, and they had some great fucking songs through this record label. A lot of shit I still listen to today. And then all of a sudden, they got into this argument over money because, from my understanding, Dame wasn't being out front and open about a lot of the dealings that were going on with the money. And Hop just got fed up and left and started his own record label, which is Undercover Prodigy, I do believe, is supposed to be the record label. Like, dealing with that, and then on top of it, he gets into this whole situation with his girlfriend where she ends up pregnant, and she lives in Australia. And he goes to Australia. She claims that that he beat her, and he didn't. At least he says that he didn't. Obviously, it's a he say she say. And from the outside perspective, as a fan, all we could do is believe his side of the story. But he gets kicked out of Australia, and now he can't see his kid at all. And so he's going through a lot of this shit where it's like everyone has turned on him and he doesn't feel like he has anywhere to go. And then us as fans are like, Hop, we need more, we need more, we need more, we need more. And fans have got to understand, man, that, like, yes, these people are famous. Yes, they're hip hop artists. They're this, they're that, but they're people. They're people just like you. They're people just like me. They're people just like the people you see walking around the street every single day. And, like, they go through some shit too and need some time. But it's like fans are just always like, no, we need more, we need more. And it's like, us as fans need to back the fuck off and let these people live their lives and recover from the issues that they're having. Or you end up with a situation like Robin Williams. And yeah, like I said, Hop, man, you'll probably never watch this dude, but dude, take some time if you need it. Those of us that are fans and are real fans of you are still going to be around when you come back around. And that's it. those of us that aren't real fans, you don't need them in your corner any fucking way. Like if they're gonna sit there and keep pushing you, fuck them. But all right, let's finish this song out. It doesn't have too much longer. I'm thinking he's probably gonna have like a short dialogue part at the end of it, but we'll find out.
I don't want it no more, no more. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more, 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 no more. I gotta go find myself. I hope you all can understand.
But no, y'all, that was a damn good song. I very rarely hear a song from Hop I don't enjoy. He is an amazing artist. One of, like I said, one of my favorites, has been one of my favorites for years. I've been following the dude since I think Illmind 4 is when I started listening to him. Almost always has some inspirational shit to say to people. Is outward about the shit he struggles with, you know, the shit he's going through, like every single one of us. There's just not much else I can say. Great song. Hop, as I said before, man, take your time. Go find yourself. Do what you got to do to get your head right. And we'll be here when you decide to come back, man. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys like the video, be sure to slash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you think of Hopsin's I Don't Want It? Be sure to check the description below for my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, and my BitChute. And as always, I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. I cannot wait to see you depraved people later. Peace.